on Ryan's Hope.
I made some terrible mistakes.
Oh, everybody has.
I'm so mean that people really get hurt.
Oh, don't get so down on yourself.
You're wonderful.
And on the edge of night, Jody is missing.
We've got to do something. We can't just sit here and wait.
If anything happens, we'll hear about it.
And Gavin returns to Monticello, determined to find her. Ryan's Hope, the edge of night, weekdays.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
It's all over. I just called headquarters. They're coming in to mop up.
Everything went down according to our discussion, I hope.
That's right. Crime does not pay, just like they do.
And what about the girl, the one they snatched?
Oh, that's the sad part, Eddie. You know how it is when those guns start popping. Innocent people get killed, too.
What'd you do with the creeps, the one who grabbed the girl?
They beat it. Anyway, who cares? I think one of them got hit. Anyway, Eddie, you didn't tell me about something. That Jody Travis girl was just a kid. You know, you could have told me that.
What do you mean, just a kid?
For God's sake, Eddie, she was a baby.
Well, what the hell difference does it make anyway? What, do you got to know ages before you do a job? You just do what you're told, right? That's all. Now, listen, you just keep cool until you hear from me, all right?
Staying cool is my profession, Eddie. Well, I better go. I hear the cavalry coming.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
What was that?
You better not ask me questions. What the hell's the matter with you?
I'm sorry. You don't have to be so grumpy. What is it? What's the matter?
It's nothing. I'm telling you, it's nothing.
Hey, I know something that'll make you feel better. How about a nice brandy for after dinner? It'll make you...
Hey, look, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't tell me what to do. Just do me a favor. Sit there and shut up.
Hey, Calvin, hold on, man. I'm afraid he's lost.
Yeah. I just kept hoping for some glimmer of life, you know?
No.
Damn. Poor old guy.
I know, it's really frustrating when you can't help somebody in a situation like this. I wonder if this old guy had any relatives.
Well, look, we might as well look around, see if we can find an address book or something. In here, guys, he's on the bed.
Calvin.
Hi, Chief.
Damien. I figured I ought to come along with these guys. What happened here? Well, we left Loomis back at the stakeout, and we followed old man Keyes over here to the building. When he got to the door and we approached him, the guy had a heart attack on us.
Look, Chief, we did the best we possibly could, believe me.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. It's just one of those unfortunate situations. All right, we're not going to learn anything about Jody from him, are we? Hey, Chief, we did learn that old man Keyes was connected in some way with this case. What connection? Where? I want to show you something. Come here. Take a look at this.
Eridu.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Prell, the shampoo that frees your hair to be beautifully full and thick. And by Mountain Grown Folgers, Mountain Grown coffee, the richest kind.
What you use in the automatic drip coffee maker?
Folgers flaked coffee.
Delicious.
What'd you use in the automatic coffee maker?
Folgers flaked coffee.
Tastes great.
Mrs. Olson, what'd you use in the... Oh, Folgers flake coffee.
Oh, nothing's better than these coffee makers.
Why's that?
Folgers is mountain grown, the richest kind of coffee.
And it's flaked?
Flaked to release more rich flavor, so you use less. If you normally use 5 measures, you only need 4 of Folgers flaked coffee. delicious.
Folgers is a coffee recommended by Procter Silex for its automatic coffee makers. Mountain-grown Folgers. That's how good coffee makers make great coffee.
If you're ready for the fullest hair you can have,
watch it wake up with Prel.
To the full, fuller, fullest it can be.
Watch it wake up with Prel.
If you're ready for the thickest hair you can have,
watch it wake up with Prel.
To the thick, thicker, thickest it can be.
Watch it wake up with Prel.
Prel's fullness formula wakes up tired hair with lather that lifts and separates each strand, so your hair has all the body it needs to be its fullest, thickest, fluffiest.
So watch it get full, watch it get thick.
For really beautiful hair.
Watch it wake up with Prel.
Evening.
Oh, Gunther, what have you been up to?
Oh, I've been out getting acquainted with this town. Getting my bearings here in Monticello, if you know what I mean.
Yeah? What do you think?
Well, I think it's a nice place. I think I'm gonna like it here.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm gonna like it a lot more when we get out of this dump back in the Whitney mansion where I belong.
Yeah, listen, when do we move into the big house?
As soon as Mrs. Whitney... No, as soon as Mrs. Jefferson Brown moves out, which will be no longer than the next day or two at the latest.
Yeah, well, I, for one, can't wait to get settled in.
Yeah. You look like the cat that just ate the canary. What are you so happy about?
Mr. Whitney, I have been to a haunting tonight.
A what?
Well, a haunting. See, I met this old girlfriend of mine. I heard she was in town. Now, naturally, she thought I was dead, so I decided to pull a little trick on her, right?
That sounds like about your speed.
So I found her sitting all alone at this bus stop. So I go hide in the bushes, and then I call out her name,
no.
real eerie-like, Nora. And when she came over to find out what was going on, I jumped out. And talk about being scared. I thought she was going to pop her wig.
Yeah, you're real barrel of laughs, Gunther. I am not amused.
Listen, Mr. Whitney, you would have done the same thing with...
I would not.
Mrs. Whitney Brown.
That is not my style, Gunther. The only haunting I am going to do is in the Whitney mansion.
Yes, sir. You bet. Now, didn't you say that you'd be needing some domestic staff at the place?
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to. We've got, well, what's his name? Carlos, the fellow who's been taking care of the ground so far, and he's doing a real nice job. You've seen it. Ground looks terrific. So I'm going to need a chef, maybe two, maid.
A maid.
Actually, I could probably do
a maid. Mr. Whitney, I have the perfect girl.
Is her name Nora, by any chance?
Well, look, she's got lots of experience. Mr. Whitney, she is a terrific girl. She's
Gunther.
more than a maid. She's a housekeeper. Yeah, that's the
Listen.
word for it. Look, she's strong. She's willing to work. She's very, very loyal. I've worked with her before. I know that she would be a big help to you at that place.
I just don't like the idea of hiring an old girlfriend of yours to work at the house. I mean, I don't want any domestic squabbles between the domestics, any hanky-panky going on below stairs, you know what I mean?
You don't have to worry on that score. I promise you, I cross my heart, hope to die. Everything will be on the up and up. Up.
All right, I'll give her a try, but no promises.
Good.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate your invitation to dinner this evening. I had a great need to be in a calm atmosphere for a change. The serenity here is a welcome relief after the highly charged atmosphere at the house.
We're delighted to have you here, Geraldine.
Yes, we don't see you often enough.
Judging from what you said, Raven isn't accepting the situation very readily, is she?
Mike, she's accepting it with such bad grace, I'm afraid it might be harmful to her.
Well, you've talked to her, of course.
Oh, my dear, until I'm blue. Raven doesn't seem to understand the realities of the situation. Well, I dare say she understands them. She just doesn't want to face them.
Well, I'm sure it's pretty hard to believe what's happened to her. I mean, to have had so much and then suddenly to have little or nothing.
I think Raven thinks that this is all a dream. That she's going to wake up all of a sudden and find that her problems have all disappeared. She does seem to live in a fantasy world sometimes, you know.
Geraldine, doesn't she have any source of income?
Well, yes, she does have a trust fund from her father's estate, but I don't think it's very large. Raven refers to it as her pin money. That may be something of an exaggeration.
Well, one thing she can be grateful for, there isn't going to be a court battle.
I'm very grateful for that, Mike, also. What she doesn't need right now is an ugly legal fight and the attendant publicity.
I'm afraid Raven wouldn't stand a chance. More to the point, your nephew almost certainly would fortify his case by lodging criminal charges against her. And I think he'd stand a very good chance of making them stick.
I realize that. And that's why I'm so grateful to you for being so protective of Raven. And for giving her such good, sound advice.
To be completely honest, Geraldine, I didn't do it for her.
I know that. I know you did it for me. You did it for me because you know that I am fool enough to care deeply about what happens to her.
No. Not foolish at all, Geraldine. Whether she knows it or not, your affection for her is a great source of security, and she would be lost without it.
It's strange, you know. In certain things, she does have a very strong inner resource. But when it comes to what she calls deprivation, she just flies into a panic.
When will you be moving out of the house?
Well, I'm having an inventory done of the house now, and as soon as that's finished, then we'll be moving as soon as possible.
Didn't Schuyler say anything about asking you to stay at the house with him? After all, I mean, you are his only relative.
Oh, I couldn't abandon Raven. She needs me more than he does.
That's obvious, I think.
Mike, I want to be very sure that there is an agreement signed between Raven and Schuyler as soon as possible. And that way it will guarantee her immunity from prosecution.
Mm-hmm. Then what are Raven's future plans?
Well, she'll be living with me, of course.
Will you be moving back to the Monticello Arms?
Temporarily, yes. Raven seems to feel that the Monticello Arms is terribly middle class. Little does she realize the Monticello Arms is the most expensive residential hotel in the area. Well, no matter. We'll find an apartment or a small house someplace. I wouldn't mind being closer to the studio anyway. But whatever it is, I don't think Raven is going to be at all content with the living arrangements.
Well, she doesn't have much choice, does she?
Nancy, as well as I know that young lady, I know she's going to be wanting a great deal more. You see, she is suffering under the delusion that because this Schuyler Whitney resembles her late husband so much... yes, well, never mind all that. The point is that Raven feels that the only way to prepare herself for her future is by rejuvenating her physical self.
What do you mean, rejuvenating?
Well, she's going to be leaving town in a few days. She is going to what I believe is known as a health farm.
A little water time? I know I'm gonna need the specialist.
The Specialist, Kaopectate. Strong relief for just one problem, diarrhea.
I feel awful, Mom. Could be the flu. I need the specialist?
Kaopectate's the only leading non-prescription medicine created just for diarrhea. It's so effective, it relieves diarrhea within 24 hours.
Morning, Rama. When's breakfast?
Kaopectate, the diarrhea specialist.
When summer brings itchy inflammation, like poison ivy, insect bites, and allergic rashes, scratching can lead to infection. So you need Caldecort hydrocortisone spray to stop your itch without touching your rash. Caldecort hydrocortisone spray to stop your itch without touching your rash. Without a prescription, nothing is more effective to help keep you from scratching your itch to infection than Caldecort. Caldecort with hydrocortisone.
Miles, it's Derek. No, we haven't found Jody, but there have been some developments, and I feel we are making progress.
What the hell is happening?
Well, I'm at the home of Mr. Keyes. It's the old man who ran the Saracen Head bookshop. He's dead, apparently a cardiac arrest. Damien Tyler and Calvin Stoner were here with him when it happened, but there was nothing they could do to help. Good Lord, what now?
Well, I think we've got a connection between Mr. Keyes and the note that was written to Jody. There's evidence here of that mysterious Eridu.
Coat of arms on the wall. Word Eridu is written in the motto.
Is there any evidence that Jody's been there?
No, none at all. The Miles tried not to worry. I mean, I know we're gonna find her, and I feel we're getting much closer.
You're just telling me to sit tight and wait, is that it?
That's about it. I'll call you as soon as I know anything else.
All right, thanks.
Good night. I wonder if we are any closer. All right, how does this old man's death figure into this, if at all?
I don't know if it does, Chief. I mean, it just seems to be an unfortunate circumstance. Apparently, it was really natural causes.
Yeah, but...
Chief, I just can't believe that Jody didn't talk to somebody besides Cliff and Mitzi. That's Sid's before she disappeared. I'm going to check that out.
All right, it's a good idea.
Well, now what?
I don't know, honey. Apparently, it was no accident that Jody was instructed to go to that particular bookshop. The police just went to the apartment of the old man who owned it, and they found some stuff there that indicates he must have had something to do with the note that Jody got or with her disappearance or something.
What bookshop are you talking about?
It's called the Saracen Head. It's owned by an old man named Keyes.
I know that place. I order art books from Mr. Keyes quite often. He's really a nice old guy. Certainly not the type to be involved in kidnapping.
Well, I don't know about that. He certainly isn't a threat to anybody anymore, Chad. He just died of a heart attack about half an hour ago.
Miles, oh no.
So, we'll never know whether he might have been of help to us or not.
I'm really sorry about that. You know, he's had that old place for years. It was kind of a neighborhood institution. And Mr. Keyes was always kind and helpful to everyone.
Well, who knows what may have caused this heart attack? If he was involved in all this, it could have been worry and anxiety.
Don't know
Nobody knew
anything
about
yet. There's
Jody.
no point in jumping to conclusions like that. Yeah, Oscar. Mr. Wiley. No, sure, it's okay. Gavin is on his way up.
How in the world did he get here so fast?
He must have caught the first flight as soon as he found out about all of this.
Oh, you've met Gavin, haven't you, Chad?
Yes, a couple of times. He must be terribly worried about Jody.
Hello, Gavin.
Nicole, any news?
Yeah, Derek just called. The police are doing everything they can, but they haven't found Jody.
Yes, but Derek thinks he may have some new clues.
Sure, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean,
What
there's
gives
bound
you
to-
the right to tell me not to worry?
To be a great detergent for all your wash means cleaning more than just the surface dirts. It means cleaning the dirts that go all the way through. It takes a combination of powerful cleaners all concentrated together. Penetrating cleaners for deep down dirts, for soaked-in grease, for seeped-in food, for ground-in collar soil. All concentrated to put more cleaning power right on the stain. It's the powerful quarter-cup formula called Error. Watch how just a little Error cleans all the way through these 3 layers of tough stains. Put a teaspoon of Error only on the top. Its power penetrates. Rub, run under warm water, and look. The Error cleaned all the way through, even through the collar soil. That's the kind of clean you want for all your wash. Error cleans all the way through.
I'm budget manager of the Randall family. My job's to keep expenses down. Mr. Open Refrigerator here doesn't help. It's a tough job, because I want what's right for my family. That means cushion-quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands once. Pampers help keep my Kathy a lot drier, and dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, Weta Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute. Slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion-quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Did I use Pampers too, Mom?
Mm-hmm. Pampers help keep babies a lot drier. Get me Kathy's bottle and...
I know. Close the refrigerator door.
Cushion-quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
Look, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to sound presumptuous. I'm just trying to feel hopeful about things. as I'm sure all of you are.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but it's just that I got very wound up on the flight.
It's all right. It's understandable.
Let's just all try and remain as calm as possible, as difficult as that is.
Yeah, it is difficult, too.
Gavin, let's have a drink or something.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I think I should be going. If there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to call me.
I'm sure we'll manage okay.
Well, then I'll say goodnight. Mrs. Kavanaugh,
Yes.
doctor.
Good night, Chad. Oh.
You said that you spoke with Chief Mallory. What did he say?
Yes, what did he say?
Well, the police went to the apartment of the man who owned that bookstore. They found a coat of arms with the word Eridu on it. Unfortunately, the old man died of a heart attack before they could get any information from him.
Well, we've got to do something. We can't just sit here and wait.
Afraid it's the only sensible thing to do, Gavin. If anything happens, we'll hear about it.
Boy, I don't know what went down on that phone just now, but it sure turned you off.
All right, look, I'm sorry, all right? I just got a lot on my mind, that's all.
You can talk about it, you know, and I'll listen.
Look, I'm just aggravated, all right? I'm sick and tired of all the stuff that's been going on around here lately. You know, it's got my stomach twisted like little nuts.
What do you mean?
It's all this international juggling that's happening.
Like what?
See, there's this outfit that I'm connected with. You know, it's like an import-export kind of company. And we do a lot of business with this country, a little place called Eden. And the place is full of foreigners. They're not like us. They do things different. They don't think like we do. You know what I'm saying? These people got their heads twisted on wrong. I wish they had some bicarbonate of soda here or something.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Eddie Lorimer and Miss Poppy Johnson. I've never seen you in here before. What, are you out slumming?
Listen, Tyler, I'd invite you to sit and have a drink, but I'm afraid you'd say yes.
Thanks a lot. I'm real busy anyway.
You come in here to eat, didn't you?
No, actually, I'm on duty. I'm looking for a girl who's disappeared. Maybe you've seen her. She looks like this.
What the hell did I know about this anyway?
Well, that just about wraps it, Chief. I mean, I can't find a thing that's going to allow us to make another more positive connection. And nothing that refers to Eridu, whatever the hell that is.
We just had something else, some physical piece of evidence.
You think it's possible that's just a coincidence that we found this word on this coat of arms here? I mean, I know it was also on Jody's portrait and a note to her.
Portrait? I think that's got to have the key, I'm telling you.
You know something, Chief? This makes 3 people that have died in connection with that portrait. I mean, first Jody's mother, then the neighbor woman up in Springfield, and now old man Keyes here.
Let me have that. Chief Mallory.
Chief, I hate to make a report like this, but we found the girl, and it's bad news.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to... Oh, my God, don't... No, I'll be over there myself right away. There's 4 victims now.
My gray hair makes me feel like your grandmother. You know what your mom's gonna do?
No.
I'm gonna wash that gray right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that gray right out of my hair.
Loving Care by Clairol washes away gray and washes in your natural color. Loving Care has no peroxide, so there's no permanent color change, but there's a colorful change in you.
So I wash that gray right out of my hair. Oh, yes, I wash that gray right out of my hair.
With Clairol, Loving Care.
Ryan's Hope, a taped confession leads to blackmail.
I think you should think about Kim. What do you want? You know, it's a federal offense, kidnapping. Could cause a scandal.
Ryan's Hope.
Hi, Chief. Stoner?
Loomis, what happened here?
Well, after Stoner and Tyler left to tail the old man, I stayed at the stakeout to watch the bookshop. All of a sudden, I see movement from inside. I see a section of this wall open up. And I think that's where maybe they're hiding the Travis girl. So I run across the street to check it out. Before I know it, I'm being shot at. I take a couple of shots myself, but two of them got away. A guy and another girl. I swear I wounded the guy, Chief, but unfortunately, Jody Travis was killed in the exchange.
This is not Jody Travis.
Pedro, please. The bleeding is bad. You need help.
No, just let me rest here a little, please.
I know a doctor. I know someone who can help you. Please.
Jody, will you just get out of here, please? Go back to your family. You win. You're free. You're free to give up your heritage. You're free to go back to your safe, comfortable way of life. Now get out.
All right, go ahead and die then. No, I can't leave you here like this.
Are you gonna let your daughter go without?
I try not to.
Then use a complete toothpaste. Complete? New triple protection Aquafresh.
All the cavity-fighting fluoride of the leading paste. All the breath freshener of the leading gel. And gentle cleaners that even remove stained film. Concentrated in one complete toothpaste.
That's complete.
New triple protection Aquafresh. A complete toothpaste.
Kraft announces a dressing idea so new, it sizzles. A taste so fresh, it's juicy. New bacon and tomato dressing. It just had to be Kraft. With real bacon, crisp and savory, real tomato chopped in bits, and a touch of sour cream. If you think it sounds good, just wait till you taste it. New bacon and tomato dressing. For a better twist on taste, America turns to Kraft.
Tonight, more place tricks with time for a chance to be Mindy's high school hero. And on Bosom Buddies, Sonny and the guys try to break the bank at Monte Carlo. Followed by a revealing look at 4 superstars. Tom Selleck, Sylvester Stallone, Kenny Rogers, and Stevie Wonder. The Barbara Walters Summer Special. Then 5 veterans now imprisoned for violent crimes tell their incredible stories. Vietnam Requiem, an ABC News close-up.